The first real road ever built in Alaska runs 368 miles from the sea to the interior. It climbs a pass where the snowfall eclipses 46 feet a year, then drops you into open country. That country has a name. The state does not print it on maps. Pilots use it. Troopers use it. The Alaska Triangle. Since 1988, more than 16,000 people have vanished inside it. 16,000. Say that number out loud. That is an entire American city gone. 2 of them were sitting congressmen. One was a pilot with 17,000 hours in this country. 44 of them were on the same airplane. Not one of those 44 has ever been found. It is not that people die here. People die everywhere. It is that here, nothing is ever left to find. No wreckage, no signal, no answer. This is the road that takes you in, and this is what the road does not tell you. Anchorage to Juneau. North to Utqiagvik on the Arctic coast. Close it, and you enclose 200,000 square miles. Anywhere else, a search ends. A body, wreckage, an ending. Not here. Here, the file opens, and then it just stays open for 50 years, for 76. So what is taking them? The people who lived here had an answer long before the state did. Before there were statistics, there were stories, and the Tlingit told them long before any road existed. They spoke of the Kushtaka, a shapeshifter that did not attack you. It called in a voice you loved and waited. 2 centuries later, Portlock, a cannery town on the Kenai Peninsula, named its own version, Nantinaq. 1931, a logger named Andrew Kamluck was found dead, struck by a piece of logging equipment. Far too heavy for a man to swing. Blood on the crane, his body 10 feet away. Then 18-inch footprints. By 1949, Portlock was empty. Every family had moved to Nanwalek and Port Graham. Descendants say the town died of economics. The cannery closed. The school and church moved. Believe that. It explains the village. It does not explain what happened next. October 16, 1972, 9:09 in the morning. A Cessna 310 lifts off from Anchorage. On board, House Majority Leader Hale Boggs, Congressman Nick Begich, an aide, and pilot Don Johns. Johns was no tourist. 17,000 logged hours. He climbed into low cloud, and then there was nothing. No mayday, no distress call, no further radio contact of any kind. The largest search in Alaska history follows. 39 days, 400 aircraft, 325,000 square miles. They find no wreckage, no debris, no bodies, no signal, no answer. A month later, Nick Begich won re-election. Alaska sent a missing man back to Congress. That aircraft carried no emergency beacon. The next year, Congress mandated one in nearly every American airplane. 2 congressmen went into that country and came back out as a regulation. Nothing else has come out since. 22 years before that, the Triangle did something worse, and almost nobody remembers it. In 1950, a military transport carrying 44 people disappeared over this same country. 44 souls. 76 years. No wreckage, no signal, no answer. You could tell yourself that was another era. Old aircraft, primitive navigation. Then you read about Alan Foster. 2013, 10,000 flight hours. Fueled, filed, flying by the book. After takeoff, he drops to 1,100 feet. Nobody has ever explained why. Then he is gone from radar. No distress call. Neither Foster nor his aircraft were ever located. 41 years apart, two veteran pilots in the same country going silent the same way. And it does not only take pilots. In 2006, inventor Richard Griffiths came north to test a survival cocoon. A bus let him off along the highway. He walked up into the hills near the White River. It took over a year before anyone reported him missing. July 4, 2012. Michael Lemaitre ran a mountain race above Seward, Alaska. Photographed near the turnaround. Marked course. Clear day. A crowd at the bottom watching. He never came down. Crews searched that mountain for years. Michael Lemaitre has never been found. Eventually, a research team came north specifically to study these disappearances. While they were on the ground working the cases, two more people vanished. One from a cruise ship, the other from a crowded tourist area on top of a mountain. Their researcher was blunt. These were not people on grand adventures. They were having an ordinary day. Then, for no reason anyone could find, they were gone. The triangle almost never returns anyone. Once, it did. It took 45 years. In 1976, Gary Frank Sutherdan, 25 years old, from Clay, New York. He had come north in '72 and worked the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, the same pipeline that crosses this highway. Then he was dropped off to hunt alone near the Porcupine River, 8 miles from the Canadian border. He never came out. A hired guide found his campsite, his license, some gear, no body. 1997. A hunter finds a human skull on the Porcupine River. Troopers recover it, just the skull. They work the area and never find another bone. It goes into evidence, unidentified. 2022. Cold case investigators pull DNA from that skull and run genetic genealogy. It matches a second cousin. And the tree walks back to a name nobody had said in decades. Gary's brother Stephen had taken a home DNA test. It closed a 45-year case in days. So Alaska gave back a name. It has still never given back the rest of Gary Sutherdan. Ask the state and you get a list. Bears, cold water, weather that turns in 10 minutes, terrain that closes like a lid. And this close to the pole, magnetic variation runs severe. A compass heading is not a true heading. All of it is true. It accounts for many of the 16,000. It does not account for all of them. It does not explain a runner leaving a marked course, or an airplane leaving no piece behind. Eyewitnesses in one documentary described triangular objects over this country that did not move like aircraft. Dismiss that if you like, plenty of people do. The files stay open either way. Which brings you back to the road. Thompson Pass is the snowiest place in the state of Alaska. January 2014. Avalanches came down across the Richardson Highway at Keystone Canyon. Snow filled the canyon wall to wall, 50 feet deep. The only road into Valdez was gone. The slide dammed the low river, putting 1 billion gallons of water on a state highway. 4,000 people cut off. This past January, that pass closed again. 4 rules then, not opinions. 1. Leave your route and return time with a person, in writing. 2. Carry a satellite messenger or a personal locator beacon. Out here, cell service is not a plan. 3. Check 511 before you commit to the pass. Every season, not just winter. 4. Never leave the vehicle to shortcut on foot. That is the last decision in most of these files. 16,000 people walked into this country and did not walk back out. Some we can explain, most we cannot. And the number climbs every single year. Drive it in daylight. Tell somebody. And do not step off that road thinking you'll be right back. For more mysteries from American Death Trap, click subscribe now.